If I'm a new beginner now starting, I have like let's say an estimate of the 1 acre. I'm going into mango production. How much cost will you say I would incur in going into 1 acre of mango farming?
Okay, aside land, I think you must budget for, let's say, 2,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
2,000 Ghana cedis, because getting a seedling of 15 cedis, that's by 83. You plant 83 seedlings on 1 acre, and that's going to be around 1,200 something.
So, so you made the estimate in that video.
Yes. Then 700 for lining, pegging, digging, and planting.
As you said, you come in.
Yes. Handling, yes. But if you can plant it yourself, then even lesser than 2,000, you can do it.
Okay. So I can grow 83 plants on an acre.
Yeah.
It will cost me roughly 2,000 cedis.
Yeah.
To cultivate it to the point where they begin to fruit.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
When they start growing, how much can I harvest from 1 acre?
Okay. 1 acre must budget from 2 tons to 5 tons.
2 tons to 5 tons.
5 tons, yeah, 2 tons to 5 tons. You are going to get. So then now at this minor season, from my farm, I sold at 6 Ghana cedis per kilo.
Per kilo.
And 6,000 per ton.
Okay.
Yeah. So if roughly we are just budgeting for 3 tons, so you see how much you are gaining.
So that's like 18,000.
Yes.
Taking your cost off.
Taking your cost, 2,000 cedis just from it, you are good to go.
16,000.
Yeah.
And it's very lucrative.
Very lucrative business. Yeah.
Very lucrative. Welcome back to another exciting farming week in Ghana. If it is the first time seeing me, I'm Charles, and on this channel we talk about farming and agriculture here in Ghana. From the previous video, we spoke with Maxwell, the owner of MKL Wealth Farms, on how he started his mango farm, what inspired him, the challenges, how the journey has been farming in Ghana, over 100 acres of mango here in Ghana. In today's video, we're going to look at how to start your own mango farm. If you are a new beginner who is venturing into the business, what goes into mango farming that you need to know about it, so at least you can note that down and you can start your own mango farm as well with that. Okay, without much ado, let's get right into the video. But before we get into it, make sure you like this video for me, like so YouTube promote it to other viewers, subscribe to the channel so we all grow together. The aim is to reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So please, if you are watching a new beginner, please subscribe to the channel, like so YouTube promote it to other viewers, and share so that people will need some of this information to be inspired and also learn about mango farming here in Ghana. Okay, so Maxwell, we want to know, if I'm going into mango farming, what am I supposed to know as a new beginner?
Okay, as a beginner, you must know you need patience, you must have passion for it. You must also know it takes 3 years for mangoes to start fruiting. These are some of the things you must consider. And getting the seedlings, a good mango seedlings is very important as well. Because to get a mango trees that will bear fruit for you when the season comes, it all starts from the nursery. So you need to consider buying the seedlings from a good seedlings operator. So this is aside land, because land is another major thing you must put in consideration, because getting land these days is not easy. So if you get your land, then getting the seedlings from a good seedlings operator, making sure they give you the exact variety of mangoes you want, because every mango has its flavor, and we have some mangoes that are not good for export, not also good for company processing. So if you don't know, and maybe you bought seedlings from any other place, it's going to affect you during time of harvesting to sell. So you must consider all these kind of things to know the variety that the demand is muchly on. Then you are good to go.
Nice. Okay, so let's start with the land stage. What type of soil do I need to grow mangoes? And what am I supposed to also consider? So it's to consider when I'm acquiring a land to go into mango farming.
Okay, sandy soil is good, loamy soil is good, then the clay soil. As on this land, we have the clay, and I'm able to harvest twice within a year from this same land, this clay. I have some farms that the soil are sandy, but still now mangoes are doing well. Then even with the black soil also is also doing well. Okay. But a site of land I would never advise someone to buy is a waterlogged area, because mangoes don't like too much water. So when there's too much water and you plant mango, trust me, you are not going to make any profit.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what they need to consider. Aside this, you are good to go. Yeah, you are good to go.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then with the seedlings, you spoke about seedlings.
Yeah.
What are the various types of or varieties of mango seeds that we have the seedlings?
Okay.
And how do you go about like getting the seedlings?
Okay. With the seedlings, it takes 6 months for it to be ready. So, but I have a package for people who call earlier. You place your order, then when it starts raining, because mostly we transplant seedlings when it's raining. We need rain. Some people are using irrigation system to do their planting. For them, they don't depend on the rain.
Okay.
So they are good to plant at any time when the seedlings are ready.
Nice.
So I have another package for people who just walk in to buy the seedlings, and I sell the seedlings one for 15 cedis for those who walk in. And those who place order before they come for their seedlings and they pay part payment, they get it at 10 cedis. So this is the package I have. And with the varieties also, we have the Kate, we have the Kent, we have the Palmer. These are the 3 leading varieties that are good for export, factory process, and even the market we mean to buy.
Right.
So that's how it is. Yeah. So when you come to MKL Wealth Farms, and maybe you are a beginner, and you want us to nest your seedlings for you with a variety that is really doing well with exporting, marketing, and even factory process, we will advise you to go with the Kate and the Kent. But one thing about the Kate variety is the biggest and the most popular. And with the Kate, you can get it twice within the year.
Yeah.
You can get it twice within the year. It's good for export, good for company processing. It's good also for market women to buy and sell. And it's the last mango to be harvested. Other varieties come as early. That's the Kate. The Kate is always ruling everywhere. So that's how it is. So if you are a beginner and you want to place your order for the seedlings, when you are walking in to buy, then you must consider 15 cedis per seedling. But when you are buying 1,000 and above, we give you a discount of 10 Ghana cedis. Okay, so when maybe you also want to place
10 Ghana.
10 Ghana cedis.
10%.
We give you 10 cedis. We set to you at 10 cedis.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but when you just walk in and you are buying lesser than 1,000 Ghana cedis, you buy it at 15 cedis. But those who also place their order earlier before the date that will be picking, that they do part payment of 50% or 25%, depending. Let's say somebody want to place order for 10,000 seedlings. I'm not maybe putting pressure on you to do part payment of 50%. You do 25%. You place the order. You commit yourself, also commit myself, and there's the seedlings for you. Then you come for it when your land is ready. Then you come for your seedlings. So with that, you also pay 10 cedis for the seedling.
Okay.
So those are the packages I have.
Nice. And as you said, the varieties that is mostly good for exporting,
the Kent, and the Palmer. Yeah, but the Kate is what you get it twice within a year. You get major, you get minor. But with the Kent, you only get it once, and even sometimes it fails.
That's the Kent.
That's the Kent.
I said the Kent even gives the biggest fruit, right?
Nah, the Kate is the biggest and the most popular. The Kent is what they call it apple mango now, because of its shapes and how it looks like.
Yeah.
And with the Palmer, is the sweetest mango of all. The Palmer is the sweetest mango of all. But Palmer don't have markets like the Kate and the Kent.
Do.
Yeah, so that's how it is.
So as a new beginner, you should target the Kate
and the Kent. If a new beginner and maybe you are considering, let's say, then you have 10 acres, I'll advise you go 8 for Kate, then 2 for Kent.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our advice. Yeah.
Sure. So in terms of the seedlings, what goes into it? How do you guys go about nursing the seedlings?
Okay. With the seedlings, the whole thing takes 6 months for it to be ready. So first, we mostly start nesting the seedlings by having the nesting bags. I have some people who place orders that they come in with pots, nesting pots, so I nest it inside the pot for them.
Okay.
Then I also have those who prefer the nesting bags, because with the nesting bags, it's easy to get, and the price is no higher.
So that's how they use the pure water rubbers.
No, the pure water. We have special poly bags we use for that.
Okay.
But some people that don't have money to afford the nursery bags, that's when you see them using the pure. You can also use it, but
because I see that pure water rubber.
Yeah, some people are using it, but with me, I don't use it to nest it. Okay. So putting that one aside, you first need to fill in the nursery bags with your premium. You know, you mix 1:1 of even the chaff, animal dung, and the soil.
Okay.
So you mix them, then you just make sure it mix. After mixing, then you fill it with the nursery bags. Then you bed them. After bedding, then you now go and get.
Quick question. You say you bed them? Is it like a nursery bed?
Yeah, nursery bed.
Okay.
You must first bed. You bed them. Then you now go and get the seeds. We don't use the same mango seeds, you know, to nest it, because you are not going to get, because the companies have picked it out already.
Okay.
So you need to use the local mango. So we use the local mango seed to nest before we come to graft.
You say local mango seed.
That's the small mangoes we've seen around.
Oh, okay.
They are the local mango.
Okay.
For them, naturally, the fruit, no nothing. You do nothing about them, but they survive.
Okay.
So we pick that one. Then we remove the seed. We remove the coat, and we get the seed. Okay. Then we plant them into the nesting bags. So after 2 weeks, they will germinate. After germinating, we come back again. Then we rebed again. We select the tall ones. Then we rebed again. If you allow everything like that and you bed, they will not grow faster. So naturally, even when you plant them on the same day, some will be taller than others. So you need to come, then rebed again. You pick the tall ones first, then you bed.
I don't understand the bedding. So you see, normally they are in the nursery bags.
They are in nursery bags. So you do your line. After doing your line, then you start to pack.
On a nursery bed. So the bags has to be on a
nursery bed.
Okay.
So you pack them. That's when you got the bedding. So after, then we rebed again to get the tall ones. We separate them from the short ones. So after 3 to 4 months, they'll be ready for grafting. So when it's ready for grafting, that's when you come back to the plantation where you have your scion bank. Like when you come to MKL Wealth Farms, because these are scion bank.
Scion bank, yeah.
Where we pick our scions.
Okay.
Because we treat this farm very well all the time. So you climb to the top. You need straight branches.
Okay.
You climb to the top. You need straight branches for the grafting. So we call it scions. You can call it grafting stick, but the real name is scion. So after cutting it, you go back to the nursery bed. You divide the rootstock. You sip X1. You put it inside. Then you tie it by the rubber.
Yeah.
So that's the process of grafting.
My JJs are great in terms of grafting.
Yes. So that's how we do it. So when we do it, it also take 2 weeks before it also shoots. After 2 weeks of shooting, within 1 month, the first step leaves to be ready. But it's always not advisable to transplant seedlings when the leaves are the first step. You need to wait for the second step to come, for it to be deep green before you can let the customers come pick it. That's why in the whole package it takes 6 months.
6 months.
I always love to give my customers a genuine something, what will not make them to go back and buy the seedlings again. And even before I will sell to you, I preserve my seedlings for 3 days before I let you pick them out to plant.
That's after the 6 months.
After the 6 months, I preserve them 3 days. When you call me and you tell me when you want to plant, I'll tell you, okay, you can come with your truck and pick it to so and so a date, because by then I'll preserve it. When I preserve it, if some will have a shock, I'll get it at my site. Then I can replace it for you.
Okay.
So that when you go. So when you go and maybe you plant it and you face challenges of the seedlings dying, then maybe the planters who plant for you at the cost, they don't do it well. So these are my package I have.
Nice. So earlier, then let me just chip this in. You know, when I came here, you were speaking.
Yeah.
You have the voice of those who preach. Have someone told you that?
Yeah, I was once a prayer warrior.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the way you speak, your voice is like this. Just by the way, I wanted to say it.
Yeah.
Your voice, you sound like those preach or like pray. Those kind of.
I used to pray. I was once a prayer warrior.
Nice.
If I even lose my voice around there, you'll be praying and all that.
Nice. I'm not far from that.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Sure. So let's look at The grafting. Earlier, I spoke to your farmhand at the nursery side, and he showed me one that you have like 3 different varieties on one tree.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Yeah, mangoes, that's the technique we have. We have some people that want to place order on that. They want to have one tree like this and have different varieties of mango. I can even do 10 varieties on one.
Wow.
Yes, so all the raw fruits at the same time, you will still have different flavors of mango within one tree. So with that, we just need to have multiple branches within the seedling with the rootstock. We can just cut the rootstock at the first, second, third, fourth step, then we cut it. So when we cut it, we get different multiple branches. So we will do the grafting around those branches. Yes, yeah. So with that, we get different varieties we want. But I mostly do that when somebody places order for it. Then I do it for you. And also come with a cost for that. Sometimes I sell it at 4 variety, 500 cedis, 3 variety for 200 cedis.
Hey, for one?
Yeah, for one. People are buying. They also want to flex their friends when they come. Yeah, I have this mango tree. One mango tree, I have this flavor, I have this flavor, I have this mango, this mango. Yeah,
wow. So, for seedling?
Yeah, they are buying. Yeah, people are buying. They love it that way as well.
Yeah. The seedling there's money. Oh, nice. When I came, you showed it to me that, there's one that has like 3 different varieties on. So he was taking me through the process. I was like, interesting.
Yeah, so that's how we do it. And even that is someone ordered. So the person was even calling me. He always wants us to deliver to him.
Nice. Another question I have in my head now. So let's say, I know those seeds, like I said, it's quite expensive. But if I have like my mango plantation and I grow those varieties or on like, let's say, an acre, that will say it takes 83, right? Yeah. On that particular acre. Would I get to achieve the same results, or that one comes also with challenges?
No, with that one, mostly people don't use it for plantation.
Okay.
Like you want to be enjoying yourself at home. But one thing about their side effect is that some of these mangoes have strength than others.
Okay.
So when you have the multiple varieties on one, you see, kids can overshadow the palmer. And you see the palmer will not be big.
Okay.
So when you do it as a plantation, you don't get much fruit from the palmer side like what you are going to gain from the kit.
Okay.
Yes. So because of this, it's always advisable for you to keep maybe 2, 3, 4 trees at your home. So you get, even when you don't get much fruit from other varieties, it's cool for you because you just want the flavor. You are not going to use it for commercial purposes to sell it or anything. So that one is cool. So when you are doing plantation, it's always advisable to plant one variety, one tree.
Okay.
Then maybe if you have 10 acres, you know that this 8 acres is for Kate. This portion is for Kent. Then maybe another portion for Palmer. And that's far better. And even it's not advisable to even mix the varieties within the tree.
Oh, okay.
Within the land. No. You need to separate them. With that, harvesting is easy. When you have order to harvest Kent, you know that, okay, from 1, 2, 3, 4 line belongs to Kent. Okay. So you just step there and harvest. When you're harvesting kit, you're harvesting kit. So that's how it is.
Nice. So let's walk through. Yeah. So at least we have a look at what is on the farm.
Yeah. So let me indicate something here.
Okay.
So as you can see, this mango, it takes 6 months for mangoes to be matured from the first day of flower induction, or the first day you see a sign of flowers on your farm. So this is at the 3rd month. So from 3 months from now, these mangoes will be ready for harvesting. They will be extra big. This is the kid variety. This is the biggest mango of all.
Okay.
So as you can see, this how they are formed already after the flowering stage, and they'll be big and they'll be big. And one thing about mango is when they are few on the branch, they become bigger. That's how it is. Now when they are, so this is going to be maybe the next time maybe you guys visit, you'll be like, hey, these same mangoes we saw small. Yes. They'll be extra big.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So
I think we'll be here during the harvesting phase.
Yeah.
They are ready.
So
we'll having a look at that as well. Okay. So let me ask, if I've gotten the seedlings, I'm about to transplant. I've gotten, I said 6 months. I put them for 3 days. I've gotten them from MKL Wealth Farms.
Yeah.
I'm about to go in transplanting on the land. What am I supposed to look at when I'm doing that?
You've gotten the land, you prepare the land.
Okay.
So first, you need to prepare the land. After getting there, you prepare the land. Sometimes there are stumps on the land, which is not good for mangoes. Sometimes when we are doing the pegging, maybe where we're supposed to plant the mango, there is a big tree there. we need to change the direction of where we are coming to plant the mango, which is going to affect the next line, because we need to line, peg before we dig, then we plant. So you need to clear the land, take out all the stumps from the land, and make sure there are no trees. Mangoes don't want to share land with some trees on the land. So they want their free range so that they can be able to grow faster. They don't want anything that will shadow them. The moment something shadow them, they will just be there. They will be stand still, they will not grow. They'll be like that. So you need to clear the land, make sure the land is clear. Then you are good to go. After taking the seedlings, if you want to plant yourself, and you have experts to plant for you, you can just come for your seedlings. But if you don't have, you are giving me the contract. I have my planting team. They'll just follow the car. Then they go to the sites. They do the planting for you. So that's how it is. So after planting, mostly that's why we plant when it's raining. The first week of planting, the mangoes, they need rain. Within first week, second week, third, within a month, they need rain to survive. The moment they start shooting, then they will care for themselves. Mangoes have that kind of strong heart. They can stand during the dry season. But you need to plant, you need to plant early before the dry season comes. So if your land is not closer to water body that you can do manual watering, then you don't need to target the rainy season. Then you are good to go.
So like when this is like June,
June, July. Now, sir, because of the climate change, sometimes even within May, just start
it's ready. Now the climate change is crazy.
Yes, it's crazy. Sometimes you move, sometimes you go back, sometimes yes.
Because even in February, I experienced Hamatan. Serious Hamatan.
Hamatan, there's no rain. So that's how it is.
Okay. So I plant them. As you said, I water them, make sure they are strong enough to be able to start germinating, like growing bigger on their own. Once they are like growing on their own, I don't need to do anything.
You don't need to do it. All you make sure is always you keeping the farm clean. Because when there are grasses around them, that's when you get other diseases attacking the mangoes. But with the moment they are free, you're keeping the farm clean, and you don't plant that cassava and okra. There are no insects to get to attack the seedling. Because these grasshoppers and all that, if the farm is clean, they don't get access to come to the farm. Because the grasshoppers and other diseases, they love the fresh leaves of the mangoes. So if you allow grasses to grow around the mango, that's when they come in and they attack the seedling. But when you keep the seedling clean, no grasses attacking and all that, they are good to go. You don't need to spend much on anything again. And when they are young like that, you can do organic fertilizing, but not to use this kind of NPKs because they don't have that strong root to survive the fertilizer. But with the animal dung, it's good to use
for them. So you can just put an animal dung for them. And they'll germinate. So it means in the course of it growing, it doesn't need much.
No, it does not need that.
It just has to be weeding in.
Yes, weeding in, clearing the place. And the advantage too is that after maybe planting the mangoes, when you have a caretaker, you can just handle it to the caretaker will be farming on it. Then the mangoes will be growing until the third year.
So you made mention of something earlier in the previous video, which I would recommend. If you don't watch it, you can check the video. The link will be somewhere here. You can click on it and watch. You made mention that when you are growing mangoes, there are some crops not advisable to grow within on the land. And there are some that are also advisable. Can you take us through that again?
When you are growing mango, mangoes don't like sharing land with cassava and okra. Reason means that this cassava and okra have a disease called mealybugs. That mealybugs very stubborn. You know, when mealybugs attack your mango tree, it's going to make all the leaves black, and there will be this white, small disease inside, and they easily spread. So they will just attack all the trees you planted on your land, and it's going to affect you. You sometimes even end up cutting the trees down because they will just make the whole tree black. And then when the companies are coming to buy the fruit, when they start fruiting, they will not like to buy because whenever they touch the mango or even the tree, there will be black insect around them. So because of this, you don't advisable to plant okra and cassava. You can plant any other thing aside these things. Anything that will not overshadow the mangoes, you can plant.
So vegetables.
Vegetables, those kind. Even maize you can plant. But what you do is you leave some meters not closer to the mango so that the mango will be growing whilst you have your maize. But until the mango trees have got the third year, then you stop planting anything on the land. Then they are ready to be.
Because I'm asking because someone will be thinking, hey, mangoes take 3 years to germinate or to grow. So that 3 years, I'll just be there not doing anything. So you can at least grow other crops.
Waiting
for at least the major money that you want from the mango.
Exactly.
Okay, okay. That's fine. So 3 years for mangoes to start fruiting when they are ready. When they start growing, at what point in time within that 3 years do I start to see like fruit or signs that okay, this mango is about to produce like fruits?
Okay. Even from the first year you get, even at the nursery now when you go, I still have young mangoes that are fruiting. Yes, it's a sign that tells you we use mature mother plants during our grafting. We use mature mother plant during our grafting. So this should tell you that when you buy your seedlings, when the season comes for the mangoes to fruit, some of these seedlings, even though they are not up to the 3rd year, they'll start to fruit. Oh, wow. But it's always advisable to plug them out.
Okay, to take them out.
Take them out. When somebody is not doing a big plantation and the tree is just at home, they can leave it, because whether the mango dies or they not die, for them they careless. Yes. But you that you want it for something big, it's advisable to plug it out, because the tree is not strong enough to hold the fruits.
Okay.
Aside that, it also weak the tree not to bear much fruit after the 3rd year. But when you plug it, it gives him more strength to survive. Yes, it's fruiting because of the scion we use. So those are the things you must consider. So when the season comes, you start to see the sign that I've been receiving calls like that. They call me, oh, my mango tree is just 1 year. When I planted and they are fruiting, I'm like, my boss, can you please plug it out? I'm like, why? Until the 3rd year. Oh, I wanted to enjoy the mango. I'm like, okay, at your own risks. But it's always advisable to plug them out until the 3rd year. So that's how it is.
Nice. Okay, so when they start fruiting, and they are point where they are like, at least I see mangoes on the tree, is there any practice I'm supposed to undertake in the course of that, or in the course of it growing? What are some of the farm management practices I can say that okay, you have to take care of when your mango starts like fruiting?
Okay, when the mango starts fruiting, then the trees will be young. So when they start fruiting at the 3rd year, you need to support them with stick. You must get either stick, you stick them so that they don't, when the mangoes fruit and they touches the ground, any part of the mango that touches the ground is going to rot. So you support them with stick. That's one thing you must consider. As time goes on, when after the 3rd year, 4th year after harvesting, you can do thinning. That's when you cut down. I don't do stick supporting here on this farm.
Okay, the sticky, you don't do the sticky.
I don't do it because I do skirting. I cut down all the branches that will touch the ground when the mango fruit. So when the mangoes are mature, you see them at this level, not touching the ground. That's how I do.
If you cut them off, want to cut some of the mangoes?
Yeah, I cut, but I want it that way. Okay. Some people don't have the heart to do that way. Okay. Because I want enough air and space for them so that they look nicer and they will be big. So some people, they love sticking, but me, I don't do sticking. Okay. That's what I do. But some people do sticking. So aside the sticking, when the tree is also young, you also need to make sure when you see some of the branches trying to enter into other branches, try to shut them, so that always every tree there will be no branch entering into others. So that's how I do. When the moment they are entering, they can't bear much fruit because every tree need to get its shape and its light around it. Yeah. So those are some of the things you must also consider. And the list is also on the weeds, the grass. You don't need the grass. They always
have to go away.
Yes, that's it. Then you are good to go.
Okay. Yeah. At what time do you do pruning?
Okay, with me, I do my pruning when I have flowers for minor season. First, I do it at January. Then I realize it's affecting me. The trees, they don't like continue pruning like every year. It's not good. First, I was doing that and it also punished me because when the trees don't have much branches and you always cutting them, they don't bear much fruit. Okay. So I'm doing my pruning in every 2 years.
Every 2 years.
So what I do is I do my pruning in June, July, when I have flowers for minor season. There are some secrets about this business is that if the mangoes, when you prune by this time, the next shoot that will come, anytime you cut a mango tree, there will be shoot. But there are some months when you cut a mango tree,
there will be no shoot.
There will be no shoot. And even there will be shoot, there will only be leaves. And there are some months when you cut, there will not be leaves, there will be shoot, but there will be flowers. Yes, so I studied all these kind of things and I shifted my pruning to time I'm going to harvest for minor season alone. So that major season, the mango seed itself will come. Then I harvest to get some money. Then I strike to my minor season harvesting. So I prune when I have flowers for minor season.
Nice.
So it's either I do light pruning or I do total pruning, depending on how I get the flowers. Yes, depending on how I get the flowers.
So I know you've mentioned this already. Let's take a walk about the seasons, the minor and the major. For someone who didn't watch the previous video, which I recommend you guys go and check it out. What point in time is the minor season and what point in time is the major season?
Okay, major season starts from May. It starts from May, ends at August. Then the major starts from May. Major starts from May and then at August.
August.
And minor starts from October or sometimes November and also ends at January.
Okay.
So that's how it is. So those are the time and periods we use for the harvesting. And always the minor season price is higher. Sometimes 3, sometimes 4 times of the major season.
Okay.
Reason being that with the minor, only special people are able to survive the mangoes at that time.
Okay.
Yes, because you need to be active on the farm. You need to be regular. You need to spend much time on the farm before you get it that twice. Sure. But with the major, you don't face. Now is the Harmattan season. You don't have much work to do, like spraying another time. You can't do it because the mangoes will survive.
Okay.
What they are only lacking now is water because it's not raining.
Yeah.
But with to get minor season, the flowers appear when it's raining. And mangoes, the flowers, they don't need much rain to survive when the flowers are out.
Oh, okay.
So then times it will be raining, so you need to survive them with a strategy. That's when I decided to prune during those times.
So at least it doesn't affect, it doesn't bring diseases.
No, so they get much light to survive on the flowers.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my reason.
So major season is when everyone is harvesting.
Everyone is harvesting a lot of mangoes in the system.
And the minor is when?
The minor, there is no mangoes like that because the BA people, it's hard for them to get. But I have some friends there who are able, through our communication and teachings, they are able to get some at the minor season. Okay. But they don't get it much like I've been getting on my farm. There's some people here in Somanya.
It's good to know at least we get people all the way from Burkina to come and buy some of these things from us.
Exactly.
Because we always import rather from Burkina, like tomatoes and all that into the system in Ghana.
One thing about that too, I'm the first company, my company is the first company they started buying fruit from. Oh, they were never into mango.
Oh,
so after showing my story, then they saw me and they even came here trying to see if I'm real. Because young like that, they were like, no. Is it real? So they came to one of the hotels around Somanya here and they were still monitoring me. Even on that day, I was going to deliver mango to Royal Senchi and they call. I was thinking one of those people who need seedlings.
Yeah.
They're like, no, they are not after seedlings, but they want the fruits. I brought them to the farm. They were like, my signboard, everything. They were like, you are real. I'm like, yeah. Then they strike the deal with me. We are from Burkina. We want to start buying from you. This is our first time. We want to start from you.
Nice.
So after having the deal on the price and everything, then they just command the trucks to start moving from Burkina to my farm.
To come and buy them.
To come and buy the mangoes. Then I got them. So after that, I start connecting them to my friends. When I finish harvesting, I just select some friends. So that has also helped. I was able to get some people, they act like agents.
Yeah.
Then they follow the tracks. Then they make sure they look correct. Because the Burkina people, they pay cash and carry.
Oh, okay.
But the companies here sometimes take 2 weeks, sometimes they pay cash before the payment comes.
Okay.
But with them, the moment they are coming, they are ready. After we scale everything, they just pay your money.
Yeah, and do they give good prices?
More times, our prices here are higher than them.
Okay.
I understand them in some way because, the journey to here with their trucks and because they pay cash, no reject.
Okay.
But sometimes some of the companies here, when the farmer don't treat the mangoes well, they sometimes do reject.
Okay.
So because of that, some people are even afraid to sell to the companies. These some of the challenges some people do face. But if you know how to treat the mangoes well, you are good to go. They will buy.
But I said normally if the companies when they come in, they they'll start to monitor it to make sure you're doing the right
Yes,
things.
you are doing the right things. So they make sure. But you know, some people, they'll be forcing the company to buy from them, even though they don't follow their programs outline. So when they supply, then the company start to say that no, your mangoes are diseased or something. That's when the rejection come in. So when they get huge reject, then they start complaining.
Interesting. So as we walk through, as you said, so you said here, which varieties do you have here?
We
on
have the
village?
kits. We have the kit variety here.
Kit. So all these we are seeing are kits.
Yeah, they are all kits. We are all kits. We have some few trees of different varieties, but without the mangoes, it's hard for you to know. But me, I know them with their leaves.
So can I say this is a new leaf, right?
These are new leaves. So these are all kits.
Okay.
These are all kit varieties as we have there. So we have the kits.
If you see a different variety, let me know so that we can at least compare them. See the kit and the Kent and another ones.
So this is the kit. I have one of the Kents here. So the only thing maybe you can see is the leaves because we are not having the fruits.
Okay.
We are not having the fruit. And if like the fruit is ready, then you can see. I will send you a video later of the varieties and their shapes and how they look like. Okay. Then you can know.
Sure. So if I'm a new beginner now starting, I have like let's say an estimate of the 1 acre. I'm going into mango production. How much cost will you say I would incur in going into 1 acre of mango farming?
Okay. Aside land, I think you must budget for let's say 2,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
2,000 Ghana cedis because getting a seedling of 15 cedis, that's by 83. You plant 83 seedlings on 1 acre. And that's going to be around 1,200 something.
So, so you made the estimate in that video.
Yes. Then 700 for lining, pegging, digging, and planting.
As you said, you come in.
Yes. Handling yes. But if you can plant it yourself, then even lesser than 2,000, you can do it. Okay. If you know how to plant, you know how to do the lining. Just that sometimes some people don't know how to do the planting.
Okay.
And now because if you can see this, you see how the mangoes are well arranged.
Yeah, I like how they
the arrangement and everything. So this helps. The movement on the farm is easy.
Yeah.
When the trucks also come to buy the mangoes, they can just stand at anywhere. Then we just load the mangoes, pump, they are good to go. But if you don't get an expert to know how to do the lining, then they'll peg before they dig, then they plant for you. That's when you start to face challenges when you start harvesting. Yeah, so sometimes these are all things you must put in.
I said the planting, what the planting distance normally?
Yeah, now we are doing 7 by 7 meters round.
7 by 7
7 by 7 meters. Yeah,
nice. I like how all these ones are looking like.
Yeah.
It's like you can walk through.
Exactly.
It's like it's a nice farm.
Exactly. Yeah.
And these are sitting on a 10 acre land.
It's 10 acres.
Charlie. Okay, so I can grow 83 plants on an acre.
Yeah.
It will cost me roughly 2,000 cedis.
Yeah.
To cultivate it to the point where they begin to fruit.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
When they start growing, how much can I harvest from 1 acre?
Okay, 1 acre must budget from 2 tons to 5 tons.
2 tons to 5 tons.
5 tons, yeah, 2 tons to 5 tons. You are going to get. So then now at this minor season, from my farm, I sold at 6 Ghana cedis per kilo. And 6,000 per ton.
Okay.
Yeah. So if roughly we are just budgeting for 3 tons, so you see how much you are gaining.
So that's like 18,000.
Yes.
Taking your cost off.
Taking your cost, 2,000 cedis just from it, you are good to go.
16,000.
Yeah.
And it's very lucrative.
Very lucrative business. Yeah.
Very lucrative. Okay. Looking at diseases that comes with mangoes. What are some of the major diseases?
We have anthracnose, we have BBS. These are the two mainly diseases that disturb mangoes.
Okay.
Yeah, anthracnose is also very challenging, but with me, my fear most is the BBS.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some farms.
How do they impact it?
Okay, with the sign of BBS, you see the mangoes cracking, thinking someone used cutlass
to hit it.
And sometimes you come to the farm and everything has dropped on the floor.
The mangoes?
On the grounds, yeah, on the grounds. You thought you'll be thinking it's someone who just used some stick or something just to harvest them down. But that's the effect of BBS. Yeah, they just destroy everything. So when you see a sign of BBS on your farm around the mangoes, what you need to do is to harvest that particular mango, put it in a rubber, put it on the sun. After some days,
put on the sun, like
on the sun, on the sun, like whether the sun scorch on it. Then after some days, you burn it, then you bury it. Yes, it's very, very dangerous. That's the BBS.
And if I'm a starter, how do I identify? Because
okay, being a starter like that, with me, like this farm, I'm not having BBS here.
Okay.
So because I use my scion, I pick my scion here. Automatically, you the starter. If not from your area, then automatically you are not going to get it from me.
Okay.
You get it. But in case you get, sometimes we get BBS from the areas. Because first, at Somanya, we don't have BBS. But what we heard is that the same companies that buy from us, the crates they use to go to the other farms, they bring the same crate. So usually spread. So the crates that they use to harvest from other farms, when they bring it to your farms, and the farm that they harvested at has a BBS, automatically you also face it on your farm. So those were the challenges we were facing. So if you are a beginner and you plant the seedlings, at a younger age, it will be hard for you to see. Because to see a BBS, you get it on the leaves.
Okay.
You get it on the leaves, it makes the leaves yellowish style, and there's always some black spots
that comes
with it. And around the mangoes too, you see some star cracks around the mangoes, and you see the sign of maybe thinking somebody used a cutlass to cut the mangoes to hit it. Okay. So those are the sign of the BBS.
Interesting. What of the other one? I said BBS.
And anthracnose. With anthracnose, we have some chemicals that we use to control it, which is far better now. But the BBS we use bion. The reason I'm talking much on the BBS is
that's like the main killer.
Yes, that's the main killer. With anthracnose, you can still harvest. It will be around the mangoes. The companies are going to peel it, so they don't really.
It's on the
skin of the outer layer. So sometimes when you face that, the challenge of the anthracnose is also challenging, but not like the BBS. You can spray and all that. You can, but the BBS, you come to the farm this morning. The next evening you come, there's nothing on the farm. They will drop. The mangoes will drop, and the moment they drop, they spot already before they drop. So you can't do anything about it. You can't sell. You can't do anything. That's it. So when you're a farmer and a beginner, and maybe after 3 years you see something like that, you just need to harvest that particular mango, because when you don't harvest, that water that will be dropping from that mango, when it touches the next mango, it's affected. It will be destroyed. It will be jumping. That also easily spread. It's easily spread. Yeah, so that's all about the BBS.
Okay. And at a point, you guys spray the mangoes at a point in time.
Yeah.
What chemicals and what point in time do you do the spraying?
Okay. I spray when I want to get flowers. I have my date. So now, even with the major season that the mangoes fruit naturally, I don't wait for it to fruit naturally, because I want the trees to rest for my minor season. So what I do is, if on this farm I did twice of my flower induction, I mostly do it 3 times for me to have much mangoes. So now I'm doing it I did it 2 times so that there will not be much fruit, so that the trees can rest again for minor. So to spray it, I use Yara Nitrabor, potassium nitrate. Yeah, those are the things I use to spray. Then sometimes I use
so induction is the cutting them.
No, flower induction is the spraying.
Okay.
Yes, flower induction is the spraying. The grafting is the cutting, and the pruning is also the cutting. So that's how it is. So when I spray, first I used to do it every 2 weeks, but now I'm doing it 5 days.
2 weeks when the flower starts coming.
2 weeks before you spray, it takes 2 weeks for you to see sign of flowering. So first at the olden days times, like they wait when they do the first day of flower induction, they wait 2 weeks to see if the mangoes will fruit or not before they do it after 2 weeks again, because they don't want to spend much. But with me, I don't wait for it to give me a sign, because the tree sometimes need that pressure for the mangoes to fruit.
Okay.
So I just do it 5 days. So within that 15 days, I'm done with my flower induction. I'm just waiting for the flowers to come out.
Nice. So you're able to monitor at this point in time, is the flower coming?
Yes, the flower coming. The flower it comes faster, like then before you realize.
Okay. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. So if I'm going into mango cultivation, what will be the one advice you give to me that I'm as a farmer who's and I'm now starting or venturing into the business that you say that I'm supposed to note or take care of whilst I'm venturing into this business?
Your assistant, if you are not the same person that will be doing everything like managing it, or you are not around,
Yeah.
a caretaker is one of the things you must also consider. You need somebody who is genuine, who also understand the job, like um, the same idea you came with, and like I said in my previous, videos, you need to have patience, you need to have passion. It's a farm work and it's something that takes years for you to start cashing up. But you must know it will pay off no matter what. Aside that, it's a generational inheritance that the generation after you will also benefit from it. So when you are doing it, you should not think about doing it for yourself alone. There will be people who come after you, after the person who inherited from you, and all that it follows, that they also inherit. And it's a good business too. It's very lucrative. You make profit from it. When you are lazy, you can't make profit. Yes, because you need to invest. Then you wait. Then you start to harvest. You start making money. Yes. So it's not something that you say you just did it so you get money. Then you are good to go. No, you must have patience. You must wait. It's a long-term investment. So when you are investing, you must have that in mind. You must put it in consideration that it's going to take you some years before you start cashing out. And when you start cashing out, even though there will be some challenges, but it's far better. When you even have this connection with the companies, they assist the farmers.
Okay.
Yes, they assist you. They give you money. They give you loan without interest.
Okay, so at least you can grow it for them.
You can grow it for them to also pick. So those are the things they must also know.
Okay, so I have a question on the saloon mango. So what we know is the normal traditional mango is the small ones you see around, and the big ones we call saloon mango. Is it that saloon mango is what we have in the varieties at the Kent, Keat, and the others?
Yeah. Because you guys cannot differentiate, you just say saloon mango. Yeah, but they all have their names and their flavors. So if you could notice, all the people who say saloon mango cannot mention Kent to you. They cannot mention Kent to you. They cannot mention Palmer to you because they don't know. They can't differentiate. So they need to say saloon mango to make it general. So that's how it is.
Okay.
That's how it is. So we have different varieties of mango. We have the Kate, we have the Kent, we have the Palmer, Tommy Atkins, Sunset, Julie, and other varieties. But because you guys cannot differentiate, you just generalize everything. You are like saloon mango.
Okay. And suppose I have one mango tree. After 3 years, when it is fruiting, how much mango do you say I can make from a tree?
Oh, some mangoes can give you 500 pieces, some can give you 400, 350, 300, 200, 100, even 50. All depends on how you treat the mango. Yes, all depends on how you treat the pruning is also important. How you prune it and all that, they give you more. You can see one small tree and there's another big tree, but the smaller tree can give you more fruit than even the big one.
Okay.
Yes, all depends on how you treat it. Yeah, all depends on how you treat it. But at least a mango tree average should be able to give between 200 to 300 pieces of mango.
Nice, average.
Averagely. Yeah, averagely.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. As you said, if I have an acre, I'm making between 2 to 5 tons, right?
Yes.
From that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So I'm going into mango farming. Is it a business? I know you've spoken about this, but is it a business that you advise people to come into it because maybe one is lucrative, maybe two is that the demand we have in the system is more than the supply. So if people are wanting to venture into it, is something that you would advise people as a business to venture into?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that because it helps and it's also helping me. From this same business, I'm able to help some friends outside, like I said. I've been able to, I inherited 10 acres of land, like I'm telling you now, at 100 acres now. So if it's not good, how can I get 10 then push to this step.
100.
Yes. So it helps. Yeah, it helps me. I even listed some people even own their farm because they don't know how to treat it well. They listed it to me, and I'm also making some profit from all these kind of things. It helps. And with some people have the farm, they don't have money to manage it. Maybe their parents started it and they are no more. Sometimes they sometimes even consider to sell. So if maybe you are a beginner, maybe you have the funds, you have the money, and you can't wait for the third year to start harvesting after planting. There are packages like that too. Those two ones are there.
Okay.
You can also list. Some people also don't want to sell, but they want to list. You can also list.
They will list the mango
They will
farm
list the farm to you.
Okay.
Then maybe 3 years and all that. But there is always, sometimes the prices are between 3,000 to 5,000 per acre. They list to you.
Nice.
Then you do everything.
Do your selling and everything.
Do your selling and everything. They will not interfere anything. You guys will do documents. Then you are good to go. Yeah.
Sure.
So it's good. It's good business. But the beginning is always the hardest. As in any other business. Mango business has it to challenge and all that thing. But with me, it's profitable.
Nice.
Yes. But what I've seen in the business, what I've been able to accomplish, what I've been able to achieve, it's not bad.
To go into mango.
Yeah, to go into mango. It's good. It's profitable. It helps a lot. A business that when you are doing, you have your fruit and you see companies rushing to you for you to sell to them. We are even, due to the demand, we are even trying, sometimes you see people calling you don't know even what to tell them because you are done harvesting and still want the mangoes. See, so the demand is there. The demand is there. Everything that there is demand, you venture into that place. That's how it is. Because not like you finish. We have some people in the same mango business, but they don't know how to sell it. They still face challenge. It happens to me before. But when I'm able to know how to market it, talk to the companies that need it, I don't face that challenge again. When my fruit is ready, I'm good to go.
Around to come and get
yes. So that's how it is. And it's perishable fruit. So you don't wait for it to be matured before you start looking for market for it. You try to connect it to somebody who has the market and they assist you. And you are good to go.
You are good to go with it.
That's how it is.
Sure. Looking at the harvesting bit of it, when they are ready and they are harvesting, in the first place, how will you know this mango is ripe? So I know from the smaller ones, when they are small, they are green. When they mature, they are yellowish, reddish kind of. With this kind of mangoes, when they are, at some point you know, okay, this is a matured mango and it's good for harvesting.
Okay, they even have, when the mangoes are mature, they have their own shape. They look round and they are mature, that's one. Then if you can't differentiate between a mature mango and unmatured mango, that's when you don't need to joke with your months.
Okay.
Like I said, it takes 6 months for the mangoes to be ready. Some companies even want it at 5 months. So when a company comes to your farm, they will ask you, when is the first date you did your flower induction? When did you spray for the flowers? Or when did you see the sign of first flower on your farm?
Okay.
So as a farmer, you must judge on that date. You must keep your records so that when you step to the farm, you know that, okay, this particular mango tree fruited early and they are at 4 months now. You know you are left with just 2 months for it to be ready. So it will be easy for you if you can't identify a mature mango. Then the next thing is when you are active, like you start seeing the mangoes on the farm while you still maintain yourself in the business, nobody will tell you to even calculate the month again. Even when the mango set, you know that you are left with just 2 months for it to be ready. When the moment you see flower, you know that in the next so I'll be harvesting. Then you start making your plans. So that's how it is. And we don't harvest mangoes when they ripe. You don't allow mangoes to ripe before you harvest.
Okay.
You harvest mangoes when they are matured.
That's the 6 months.
That's the 6 months. So even between 5 to 6, you start harvesting. Some 5 months, some companies want it at 5 months. But if you want to use it for fruit juice and you want the natural taste of mango, then you can wait for the 6 months. Okay. Exporters even harvest mangoes from 4 months.
To be early because the longer time to take shipping
and all that.
Exactly.
And they mostly want it at the butter form. So when the mango is not that red, but you know butter is not that yellow. So they call it butter because when it's yellow, it will get spoiled on the road.
That's the inside of
the mango. Okay. So it should be at the butter level. Then they are good to go. Yeah. So these are some of the things. So always you must have it in mind. When the moment your mango has started fruiting and the mangoes have set, then you start to see the companies.
Okay.
If you don't have market, you don't wait for it to be answered before you
for
say
the
no,
market,
no, no.
yeah.
You look for the market because it's perishable. So what if the market have booked some farms to harvest and your own is ready? They will not come. They need to assist to those people first because that person have approached them earlier. So you start approaching the company before that time. So these are some of the tricks you must consider.
Okay. So if I get you, I'll just summarize the months and stuff. Seedlings take 6 months.
6 months.
You transplant, you plant in 3 years, and the mango is mature, then starts
exactly
at least introducing flowers.
Flowers, yeah.
And when you see the flowers, it takes 6 months again for them to mature.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And 1 ton, 1 acre of mango can give between 2 to 5 tons. Depending on how you take care of it.
You said normally the earlier phase, your first like harvesting, you don't make.
You can't hit this target. That's it, because with that, 1 tree can give you even 5 mango. Some can even give you 100. Some can give you 50, 20, sometimes even 1, because that's their first year of fruiting. Yeah. So then the 4th year you start to boom. Okay. And they'll be
subsequently after that,
yes.
year on year,
they keep multiplying. Yes, it increase to give you more fruit. That's how it is.
Sure. And when they are harvesting, how do they go about the harvesting? Is it that you use how do you do it?
Okay, sometimes we use hand harvesting. Then I have a stick. We have harvesting tools that we use to harvest, but we also use the manual one that we use a bamboo. Then we just harvest. But you make sure when you're harvesting mangoes, they don't touch the ground. If you plug it, you make sure you hold it. That's why you don't allow the trees to be extra big
or tall.
Tall, because when they are big, broad that way, and they are tall, when you harvest,
they'll definitely fall down
and to spoil.
Okay.
Yes, and the
that's an interesting tip.
Companies too, they don't want when the mangoes you are harvesting, then it will be falling, because when they get inside the company, the next day you start to see the crack around them, and they don't want it that way. So you need to harvest it with care. It's very important as well.
Harvesting takes a lot of work, because you have to make sure it doesn't fall down there.
Doesn't fall down the but there's always a trick we also use
around that. Nice. I think the business, as you enter, as you are into it, you'll be learning some interesting tricks.
So you see, sometimes we can harvest with 10 of my guys. We can harvest 10 tons a day.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 tons. So the truck just come in. But what I mostly do is they always confirm my dates to harvest. Sometimes a week, sometimes 3 days.
Before they come.
So I harvest 5 tons a day before they come. So that day that the trucks will move from Misawam to this place, then I harvest the next 5 tons. Okay. So when the car come, we just pack it. So I have harvesting crates that we use. We pack it and we just load into their beams. Then the truck is gone. We sign documents then. Within 2 weeks, your check is in.
Nice.
And they don't disappoint.
Yeah, but once it's a company,
yes,
with an agreement, your money is secured.
Yes, they don't disappoint. So that's how it is.
Nice. Is there another thing else you want us to know about mango farming? Because it seems I've exhausted mine.
Yeah. Mostly all the things concerning it is what you've asked. Yeah, and the next thing I'll add to it is during this summertime time, if you have your mango plantation already, you don't need to joke with your farm beds. Fire can enter into your farm at any time. So when you share boundary with other people, you need to make sure you clear where you guys have the boundary. You make sure you weed that place.
Oh, okay.
So that if fire is coming from somebody's farm, it can't
don't spread into yours.
Yeah, so
okay, I can see if weed.
Yes, you see how I keep my farm. Nice. See other people's farm, it's bushy and all that. But me, this area, because it's the Hamilton, if you try everything, it's going to
catch fire. Yes.
So that's one thing I can also add to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we'll end the video here.
Yeah.
I believe video has been informative to you. If you learned something new about it, that if you are a beginner who is want to go into the business, if you're even someone who is already into the business, and if you learn some 1 or 2 few tricks and some information, that will be beneficial to you when starting your own farm. So yes, we'll end it here. If you have more questions or any other questions you want to ask, Maxwell's contact will be in the description side of the video. You can also access in the comment section. I can chase him or get the answers from him to at least reply you guys, or he can also be there to reply him himself. You can reach out to him as well to ask further questions that you feel like we didn't discuss in this video today. Okay, so we end the video here. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Liking the video is important, so at least YouTube promotes it to other viewers, people to be able to watch the video. Subscribe to the channel so we all grow together. As I said, the plan is to reach 100,000 subscribers before the year ends. So at least we can come and join Maxwell to do the end of year party.
Yeah.
With the goods.
Yeah, it's happening.
We'll come and chill together. Yes, and share. There are people out there who need some of this information out there to be at least to learn from it and also inspire them to start their own farm as well. All right.